What you resist not only persists, but will grow in size. Carl Jung. You feel it. That silent force gripping your chest when you're alone with your thoughts. The tightness in your breath. The echo of decisions you never made, because fear made them for you. You've built a life not of choices, but of avoidance. And no one told you. No one pointed out that the prison wasn't made of walls, but of silence. Of all the things you never said. Of all the steps you never took. Fear doesn't scream. It whispers. And in those whispers, it steals your voice, your potential, your life. Most people think they're cautious, wise, but what they call prudence is often cowardice in disguise. Avoiding the confrontation, evading the risk, running from the thing that, deep down, they know they must face. You can feel it now, can't you? That one thing you've been avoiding for years. The conversation you never had. The decision you postponed. The path you rejected because it asked too much of you. That's the thing controlling you. Carl Jung once said, "What you resist not only persists, it grows." That fear you buried didn't die. It multiplied. It took root in your habits, your relationships, your identity. And now, it wears your name. You wonder why you feel lost, unmotivated, disconnected from yourself. It's because you haven't faced the dragon, and that dragon lives where you least want to look. Not outside, inside. That's the real battleground. Not the world. Not your boss. Not your bank account. But the parts of yourself you've exiled, the emotions you've deemed too much, the memories you've locked away. But what if I told you, those are the exact parts of you that hold your power? What you hide from is not your weakness. It's your strength in chains. And the key is attention, awareness, courage. But before any of that, you have to stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending you're fine when you're not. Stop telling yourself that avoiding the discomfort is a smart move. Because you're not avoiding pain. You're prolonging it. You were not born to live like this. To shrink every time your soul wants to expand. To bend every time the world pushes. To compromise until there's nothing left of you. Look around. How many people do you know who are truly alive? Not just surviving, but burning. Purposeful. Directed. Unshaken. Now ask yourself, why not you? If this is resonating, I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what fear have you been running from? What truth have you buried? What would it mean to finally face it? This is not a game. Your life, your real life, is waiting. And it begins not with a step forward, but with a step inward. You weren't taught how to face fear. You were taught to escape it, to distract yourself, to numb, scroll, eat, sleep, repeat. But fear doesn't disappear because you ignore it. It waits, it watches. And every time you look away, it grows bolder. It controls more of your life. One quiet decision at a time. You don't yell no to your fear. You simply avoid the call you should have made. You skip the meeting you were afraid of. You stay in the relationship that's safe but lifeless. You stop dreaming. And before you realize it, you're not choosing anything. You're just surviving. Do you feel it now? The weight of everything left unsaid. The tension in your shoulders when you pretend you're okay. The way your heart sinks at night when you realize another day passed and you still didn't move. And the most dangerous part? You've made peace with it. You've learned how to live alongside your fear. You've made it part of your routine. Like a parasite, it feeds on your potential. Slowly, silently. That's why you feel stuck. Not because you're weak, but because you've learned to surrender to what you were meant to conquer. Jung understood something most people never grasp. The things you fear the most are exactly where your soul is pointing. Your fear is not a barrier. It's a compass. It's showing you what matters, what would change everything, what would set you free. But that freedom isn't free. It demands confrontation, radical honesty, a willingness to go where it hurts, and to sit in it. Not to fix it, not to escape, but to understand. There's a storm inside you, one you've kept quiet for too long. The anger, the sadness, the regret. They're not there to destroy you. They're there to teach you, to forge you, to show you what you've been running from. Have you ever wondered why certain patterns keep repeating? Why the same type of relationship breaks you every time? Why your dreams feel distant no matter how hard you try? It's because the obstacle isn't out there, it's inside, and you can't outwork what you refuse to confront. This is where most people quit. They want the transformation without the fire. They want to be strong without lifting the weight. But you, if you've made it this far, you're different. You're beginning to see it now. The thing you've been avoiding might be your only way out. You're not powerless. You're just disconnected. You forgot who you are because fear taught you to become someone else. Someone small, someone polite, someone agreeable, but not you. The real you is still in there, under the conditioning, under the fear, under the masks you've worn to survive. You're not broken, you're buried. And now, the question isn't whether you're ready. The question is, how much longer will you wait? Time doesn't wait for you to be courageous. It moves with or without your consent. And if you don't use it with purpose, it uses you. In distractions, in regrets, in empty comfort that dulls the ache but never heals it. You say you want to change. But have you truly decided? Change doesn't happen when you wish. It happens when you're done lying to yourself. When you stop blaming your past, your parents, your circumstances, and finally take responsibility for your healing. Yes, you were hurt. Yes, they failed you. But now, it's your life, and no one's coming to save you. The hero you're waiting for is the one hiding inside your fear. Don't just hear these words. Feel them. Let them break something inside you. Let them strip away the excuses, the doubts, the numbness. Because beneath all that is you. And you are not weak. You are not lost. You are not hopeless. You are just afraid. And that is the beginning of power. You've lived long enough in the shadows of your own strength. It's time to step into the fire, not to burn, but to be reborn. Because the part of you that's afraid to die is the same part of you that's never truly lived. Carl Jung didn't write for the faint of heart. He wrote for the warrior asleep inside you. He knew that healing wasn't about fixing yourself. It was about becoming whole. And wholeness doesn't mean perfection. It means embracing your darkness as much as your light. Not to be consumed by it, but to understand it. To see where it came from. To see why it came. There's a reason your wounds haven't healed. Because you keep judging them. You keep hiding them. You keep pretending they don't matter. But they do. They're part of your story, and the parts you refuse to face will always control you. You don't overcome fear by running. You overcome it by walking directly into its mouth, not blindly, not recklessly, but with eyes wide open and a heart willing to listen. The fear that says, you're not good enough? Challenge it. Ask it. Compared to what? The voice that whispers, you'll fail again? Answer it. Then I'll rise again. Because that's what strength looks like. Not the absence of pain, but the refusal to be defined by it. There's a version of you on the other side of fear. One that walks differently, speaks differently, loves differently. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. But make no mistake, this path is not romantic. It's not neat. It's messy. It's raw. It will strip away everything you used to hide behind. But it will give you something you've never had. Peace. Real peace. Not the fragile kind that disappears when something goes wrong, but the kind that stands tall, even when the storm hits. Because now, the storm is in you, and you are not afraid of it anymore. This is your journey back to your truth, to the parts of yourself you abandoned so long ago. That child who believed, that dreamer who dared, that soul that knew, deep down, there was more to life than just surviving. Do you remember them? They're still there, waiting for you. And all it takes to return to them is this: courage. Not loud, dramatic courage, but quiet, daily bravery. to sit with yourself, to ask the hard questions, to be uncomfortable, to stop pretending, to finally choose yourself. And yes, you'll lose people. You'll outgrow environments. You'll walk away from patterns that used to define you. But what you gain will make everything else feel small. Clarity, direction, power, not borrowed, not fake. Yours. So if your hands are shaking, good. It means you're on the edge of transformation. It means you're alive. It means the numbness is wearing off. Fear taught you how to shrink, but healing will teach you how to stand. Right now, I want you to pause, not out of hesitation, but out of reverence, for the version of you that made it this far, for the strength it took to hold on, for the silent battles no one saw. But you survived anyway. And I want you to realize something important. You are not behind. You are not too late. You're exactly where the pain needs you to begin. So start. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Now. Because fear doesn't wait. But neither does your potential. You've already carried your suffering. Why not let it carry you forward? Let's finish this together. And if you're still here, it means a part of you is already rising. Not because everything is fixed, but because something finally clicked. You stopped running. You turned around. And now you're staring your fear in the face. That fear isn't a monster. It's a message, a compass, a cry from a part of you that's been silenced for too long. Carl Jung saw it clearly. Whatever you resist, it will not only persist, it will grow. It will take root. It will build a home inside your habits, your silence, your excuses. And then it will control you. Not with chains, but with comfort. It will convince you to stay small, to stay predictable, to trade growth for approval, to numb your power so you never risk rejection. But you were not made to be comfortable. You were made to evolve, to rupture and rebuild, to walk through hell and come back with the fire in your eyes. So let's speak honestly. You're tired, not just physically, but spiritually. Tired of pretending, tired of doubting, tired of chasing a life that doesn't feel like yours. It's not that you don't know what to do. It's that you've been waiting for permission to begin, to believe, to be more. But permission will never come, because the world will never be ready for your truth. You must be the one who chooses it, who claims it, even when your voice shakes. Especially then. You say you're afraid of failing. But what if the real fear is succeeding? What if the deepest terror is stepping into your light and realizing you are powerful beyond measure? Because with power comes responsibility, not just to others, but to yourself. To stop blaming, to stop hiding, to stop waiting for someone to save you. No one is coming, but you are still here, and that's enough. Look at everything you've survived. Every scar a sentence in the story of your resilience. Every heartbreak a portal into deeper understanding. Every collapse a chance to build again, wiser. Your wounds are not curses, they are carvings. Etchings that shape the soul you were always meant to become. And that version of you? The one who doesn't flinch at discomfort, who doesn't shrink to please others, who doesn't apologize for their truth. They are not a fantasy. They're a choice. A painful, brave, relentless choice. Every day. So what's stopping you now? Not time, not ability, not even fear. The only thing in your way is the story you keep repeating. The one that says you're broken, that you're not enough, that healing is for other people. But let me remind you, even shadows need light to exist. So if your darkness feels heavy, it means your light is massive. It means you're ready. Right now, write a new narrative. Not the polished version. Not the one that fits into someone else's idea of success. Your version. Messy, unfinished, but real. Say it. I am no longer the person who waits. I am the one who walks into the fear. I am the one who sees the fire and remembers I am made of it. You don't need motivation. You need meaning. Purpose that pulls you forward even when the path isn't clear. That's what Jung knew. That the unconscious, when left unexamined, becomes your destiny. But when faced, When integrated, when brought into the light, it becomes your power. So what do you choose? To repeat or to transform? Because this moment is a mirror, and in it, you don't just see your reflection, you see your responsibility to break cycles, to end patterns, to rise, finally, because staying down is no longer an option. If this hits something in you, if your chest feels tight and your thoughts are spinning, let it. Don't escape. Don't scroll away. Sit with it. And then, tell me. In the comments, what fear have you been avoiding? What truth have you buried? What are you ready to face? Share it. Name it. Because words have power, and your voice is the beginning of your freedom. And if you felt this message, if something cracked open, if a seed was planted, then don't leave without subscribing. This is just the beginning, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Your path is calling. Don't just walk it, own it.